All right, let's dive right into this explainer. You have a plan, you execute it perfectly, you feel unstoppable, and then you tear it all down. Welcome to the trap of the familiar. Picture this scenario. You ate healthy all day long. Your discipline was absolutely dialed in. You felt completely in control. And then night hits, and you undo absolutely everything. Or maybe this hits closer to home. You start a new business, and then you quit. Not once, but 3 times. And always right before the major breakthrough, right when success is literally knocking at your door. Or perhaps you finally found a genuinely healthy relationship, the kind you always wanted. And then you destroy it. You systematically tear it apart from the inside out. This is not weakness. This is your brain doing exactly what it was built to do. Which brings us to the biological plot twist. Here is the massive paradigm shift. Your brain was never designed to make you successful. It was designed for one thing and one thing only, to keep you familiar. So what does this actually mean? Most of us think self-sabotage is intentional destruction, like you actively want to fail. But the biological reality, it is self-protection. Your amygdala literally cannot tell the difference between a physical threat and the discomfort of becoming someone new. To your brain, both are unfamiliar, and both register as mortal danger. To fix this, we need to mechanically deconstruct 3 neurological systems. First, your reticular activating system. Second, predictive coding. And third, identity and the avoidance loop. Let's dive into the deep science. We'll start with your brain's physical reality filter. Meet the reticular activating system, or RAS. This is your brain's reality filter, and it is set entirely to your current identity. Right now, your subconscious is processing 11 million bits of data every single second. But your conscious mind? It only gets about 50. So the RAS filters out over 99% of reality. It's exactly like a personalized spam filter. If your current identity says you're a failure, the RAS treats growth as spam. It rejects opportunities, it flags failure in your primary inbox, all just to prove you right. And that perfectly tees up our second mechanism, predictive coding. See, your brain is a continuous prediction machine. It generates top-down predictions to minimize energy and avoid surprise. Processing positive surprises, that burns massive metabolic energy. But falling back into old comfortable habits, that burns 0. So your brain predicts failure before you even try. Think of it like a digital thermostat. Your current identity is set to a struggling 65 degrees. Suddenly, you achieve some real success. The temperature hits a warm, comfortable 75. What happens next? Your brain freaks out. It triggers the AC of self-sabotage, dragging you right back down to that familiar, freezing 65. Which brings us to Dr. Tim Peichel's fascinating research on the avoidance loop. We completely misunderstand procrastination. It is not a time management problem. Not at all. It is an emotional regulation problem. Hard tasks trigger the amygdala, which prompts your brain to desperately seek immediate relief. Here is the exact biological cycle. First, you feel discomfort. Second, you give in. Third, you get immediate relief. And fourth, intense reinforcement. It's literally like swiping a high-interest emotional credit card. You buy a quick hit of dopamine today, but you pay it back with massive compound anxiety tomorrow. But here is the absolute cruelest part of this whole cycle. The relief hits before the bad behavior even completes. The exact second you simply decide to quit, before you even touch the junk food or close the laptop, the threat drops. And that perfectly wires this avoidance loop even tighter. Before we break down the exact biological protocol to fix this, if this science is changing how you see your own brain, please support us by subscribing to the channel. Now, let's look at the mechanical steps. All right, here are the 4 rewiring protocols. This is the strict biological framework you need to bypass these neural mechanisms. There are 4 crucial methods here. Step 1, name the pattern without judgment. When you attack yourself for self-sabotaging, you spike your cortisol. You literally knock your prefrontal cortex offline. But by simply naming the mechanism neutrally, you keep the logic center of your brain fully online and available for correction. Method 2 is what we call the dread sprint. Feel it and do it anyway. Almost all sabotage starts with heavy dread. The secret? You don't try to eliminate that dread. You acknowledge it neutrally, and you take action regardless. This starves the avoidance loop of its relief reward. You teach your brain that dread is just a feeling, not a stop sign. Method 3. Collect identity evidence consciously. Every single time you deliberately do a hard thing, you are feeding your reticular activating system new data. You literally force the RAS to search for a new identity. The old sabotage cycle simply cannot survive, not when the identity it protects no longer exists. And method 4, treat discomfort as the literal price of identity change. We have to powerfully reframe physical discomfort. That racing heart, that weave of anxiety, it is not danger. It is the mechanical, biological sensation of your brain mapping new neural territory. It is just the cost of admission. Let's move to our final section, the neural verdict. Let's tie all this neuroscience together. Listen closely. You are not broken. You are not fundamentally undisciplined. Your brain just became a little too good at protecting you from the unfamiliar. But thanks to neuroplasticity, absolutely everything it learned can be completely unlearned. You just have to do the work to build the new pathways. If this explainer has challenged your thinking and added value to your life, please support us by subscribing to the channel. And yes, make sure to share this explainer with at least 2 of your friends so they can add value to their lives as well. The neuroscience proves you can rewrite your identity. The only question left is, who are you going to code yourself to be?